How to use schedules to improve children's behavior. Hi everyone, thank you for joining me today. My name is Rachel Wise. I am a licensed behavior specialist and certified school psychologist. I am also the CEO and head author at educationandbehavior.com, a free resource for educators, counselors, and parents. I'm so happy you are here for my presentation of how to use schedules to improve children's behavior. You can find my original article at the URL below. This presentation explains how to use schedules with children to promote positive behaviors. These strategies can also be utilized with adults with special needs. Using visual schedules for individuals who may have trouble with reading or language is discussed as well. Schedules can make a positive difference in a child's behavior in class or at home. When a schedule is in place, children know what is coming next and what is expected from them. Knowing what is coming next lessens anxiety because there is no uncertainty about what they are going to be doing. As adults, we set up our day and we make our own choices, so we know what is coming next. Imagine doing one thing and having no idea what is going to happen when you are done. Or picture someone coming over to you before you're finished doing something you enjoy, stopping you from what you are doing, and demanding that you do something else. These situations would stress or frustrate most people. This is often what happens to children when schedules are not in place. Young children or children with autism, anxiety, or ADHD could get anxious or frustrated when they are directed to do something they were not expecting, or when they are abruptly told to stop a preferred activity. This could lead to challenging behaviors. They also may have trouble remembering or visualizing if you simply tell them how the day will unfold. A schedule makes it easier to understand, follow, and remember the expectations of the day. Also, when a schedule is in place, children get used to their routine. Although schedules should be slightly varied from day to day to allow for flexibility, they should be similar enough to allow the child to become comfortable and familiar with his routine. When a child is comfortable in his or her routine, she also will feel less anxious and need fewer reminders from you about what is expected. When you first initiate the schedule, you may need to give the child several reminders to check it. Make sure to stay calm so you don't turn the child off from the schedule. As it becomes a normal part of his day, he may start to check the schedule on his own. The ultimate goal is for the child to become so familiar with his or her schedule that they start to implement it independently. For example, let's say your child's schedule upon returning from school is snack, homework for a half an hour, 10-minute break for a fun activity, homework for another half an hour, watch TV for a half an hour, set the table, eat dinner, play on the computer for half an hour, tidy up bedroom, put on pajamas, read a story, and go to bed. If you consistently implement this schedule, your child can start to implement some of these tasks without you even asking. It will be so nice to have your child complete his homework, set the table, and tidy up his room without constant reminders from you. Also, if he is expected to follow the schedule, you are setting up a realistic way to make your child accountable for his or her own behaviors. Children often have a lot of expectations to meet. They have trouble being accountable because they have difficulty managing their tasks in an organized way. A schedule allows them to do this. Keep in mind that some children will become overwhelmed with a schedule containing many steps. In that case, limit the schedule to the few most important things you want the child to accomplish, or cover up steps, only revealing a few steps at a time. Setting a schedule is also a way of enforcing rules. The rule is that one thing in the schedule must be completed before moving on to the next thing. If your child tries to get on the computer before completing homework, simply refer to the schedule and say, remember your schedule, you need to complete your homework first, and then you can get on the computer. Blaming the rule on the schedule is a great way to avoid confrontation. It sounds a lot different to a child to hear you refer to a schedule than to hear you say, you didn't complete your homework so you can't get on the computer. Children who are not used to the approach of enforcing a daily schedule may complain or argue initially, but when they see you are going to implement it consistently and not budge in your position, they will learn to follow the rules. Some children even find it fun to follow and complete the steps in a schedule. Allow the child to participate in the creation of a home schedule. At school, schedules are often created by the teacher, but allow the children in your class to participate if possible. Once the schedule is created, review it thoroughly with the child to the best of their ability to ensure understanding. For children with speech and language delays or difficulties, such as those on the autism spectrum, visual schedules with pictures of each activity may work best. Resources for creating picture schedules are found at the end of this presentation. Children with difficulty understanding language may understand their schedule better if you show them exactly how to use it and practice it several times. You may need to point to the pictures and actually carry out the tasks with the child before they are able to use it with more independence. Some children may always need reminders to use the schedule, such as pointing to the schedule or walking them over to check the schedule. To reinforce the schedule, acknowledge the child's efforts when they follow it. Great job with your schedule tonight. Nice work following your schedule. You were so responsible completing your schedule today, etc. Children with language difficulties may benefit from a gesture or physical praise like a thumbs up, smile, pat on the back, hug, or high five, rather than verbal acknowledgement. It all depends on the child, though. Some children respond best to verbal praise, others to gestures or physical praise, while some children may seem to not respond to praise at all, or may not like certain kinds of praise. For children who seem to show no emotion when you praise them, continue to do so anyway because their response on the outside may not match the feeling they get from praise on the inside. Experiment to see what works or doesn't work for your child or student. For any child following a schedule, you can tie privileges to the completion of the schedule. For example, you could tell the child that he could pick a special activity of his choice once he has completed the schedule or after completing the schedule accurately for a certain number of days. For children with language difficulties or intellectual disabilities who may not understand that they are working towards earning a privilege, still allow them to earn a privilege, something you know he or she enjoys after reaching a predetermined goal. For example, if your child loves to watch TV or jump on a trampoline, allow him to earn one of these preferred activities for appropriately utilizing the schedule. Point to the schedule with a smile or thumbs up when he earns the special privilege to help him make the connection. As an alternative, you can put pictures of preferred activities at the end of the schedule to let a child with language difficulties know that he can choose something he enjoys once he has completed his tasks. In the example here, a board game or computer time can be chosen after setting the table, eating dinner, and taking a shower. Once he earns his preferred activity, allow him or her to choose the picture of the activity he or she wants to do. For children who have trouble making choices, you can pick an activity ahead of time that you know the child enjoys and put a picture of that activity at the end of the schedule. So if you know your child likes jumping on the trampoline, put a trampoline picture at the end. If he also likes shaving cream, television, playing with blocks, etc., alternate the different activities so he has an opportunity to earn time for the many things he enjoys. Remember that fun activities can also be built into the schedule itself, such as in the example of the home schedule mentioned previously in this presentation. Make the expectation you set realistic for the child. For a child with severe behavioral challenges, one day of completing a schedule, or even completing one part of a schedule, may be a huge accomplishment and worthy of earning a special privilege. For a child with less problematic behaviors, he may be able to go 5 days with successful schedule completion before earning a really special privilege. See the article 25 Privileges You Can Let Your Child Earn for Good Behavior to have a better understanding of why you should let children earn privileges for following expectations and why this method is not considered a form of bribery. Here are some behaviors to look for that may indicate a schedule will help. Significant disorganization in daily activities, trouble remembering or figuring out what to do, anxiety when routine is disrupted, trouble moving on from a preferred activity, frequently inattentive or off-task behavior. For off-task students, you can point to or remind them of their schedule to redirect them back to task, or oppositional or defiant behavior. Place the schedule somewhere the child can always see it. Laminating the schedule can help so it does not get ripped or crumpled. I understand that for parents and teachers with several kids or with many additional responsibilities, the schedule may be hard to keep. Do the best you can, enforcing the rules as best as possible. If it doesn't work for you or your child or student, that is okay. Not every behavioral strategy will work for every child. These strategies are recommendations based on what I've seen work for several children in my career and in the research I've read. Michael B. Roof in 1998 indicated that increasing predictability and scheduling and appreciating positive behavior promotes positive behavioral changes. And Banda and Grimm in 2008 documented the positive effects schedules have on social and transition behaviors in individuals with autism. Next, I will share some options for creating pictures for visual schedules. Option 1, you can create pictures and schedules on an iPad app such as ChoiceWorks and either use them right on the tablet or print them out and laminate them. You can get laminating done at an office supply store or purchase your own laminator and laminating patches online for relatively cheap. If you work in a school, they may already have a laminator for you to use. If you are a parent, you can also try asking your child's school if they can help you laminate some pictures for an at-home schedule. Option number 2, search Google Images for the pictures you want to use, print them out, and laminate them. For instance, here is what comes up if I type in child setting table into Google Images. Option 3, purchase ready-made laminated pictures online, such as the Schedules 151-piece complete collection combo pack for visual schedules, which is available on Amazon. Option 4, purchase online software to create and print out pictures, such as BoardMaker Online. BoardMaker Online has a variety of pictures and templates for creating pictures and schedules. Here's an example below of a screenshot of BoardMaker. This is the older version. The new one is online. This one was through a program that you would run on your computer. But this is an example of the types of pictures that BoardMaker can generate. Option 5, take pictures of your own child involved in the activities that you want pictures for. Develop or print out the pictures and laminate them. I just discussed options for making the pictures for the schedule. Now I will provide some options for creating visual schedules. If you use an iPad or tablet app such as ChoiceWorks, you can just show the schedule right from the screen. If you make a schedule to hang up, try the following idea. You can Velcro or tape your pictures onto construction paper as shown in the visual schedule here. You can copy and paste pictures such as ones on Google Images or the ones in clip art found in Microsoft Word into a Microsoft Word table. Of course, you can do this with your own pictures as well. Here is an example on the next slide. As you can see in this schedule on the left, we have snack, then homework, TV for a half an hour, set the table, eat dinner, computer time, put on pajamas, brush teeth, read a story, go to bed. Obviously, these pictures are a lot smaller here because of the size of the presentation window, but when you do your own pictures at home, you can make them much larger. Remember, BoardMaker Online has templates as well. If you only want to show a few pictures at a time, using Velcro might be a better option. But if you use a Microsoft Word table like the one I just showed you, you can cover some of the images with paper or create a few different mini schedules with a few pictures each. As stated previously, this may be beneficial for a child who gets overwhelmed with too many pictures at a time. Another option is to purchase a schedule strip online, like a site such as Amazon. You can see a schedule strip here on the left. It's a little bit blurry, but the basic idea is there is a Velcro strip going down the middle, and then you can just attach the pictures right onto the strip. Or as you could see on the strip on the right, the Velcro is going horizontally, and you can attach the pictures that way. Or you can make your own schedule strip by cutting and laminating construction paper and using Velcro strip tape. You can also use a schedule pocket chart, which may be more beneficial for a written schedule but could work for pictures too, such as the one shown here. This is a school example but can be used at home as well. You see on the right, you have reading, math, writing, recess, lunch, social studies, music, science, and gym. For children who need to alternate between preferred and non-preferred activities or need to know what is happening first and then next, and may be confused by a visual schedule with more than two pictures, you can create a first-then board using the same instructions provided in the previous slides. Here is a picture of a first-then board for your reference. There are also first-then apps such as the first-then visual schedule in HD. Keep in mind that children often benefit from removing or crossing off what they have already completed in their schedule. If you have removable pictures or words because they're velcroed or taped on, allow the child to take the piece of the schedule board and put it in an envelope, a bin, etc. that is fastened near the schedule. Some pocket charts, such as the scheduled pocket chart shown in the previous slide, have a pocket at the bottom to put completed items in. Additionally, you can find some ready-made magnetic schedules online with pictures included. Here is an example. This is made by Melissa and Doug, and you can see the tasks on the left, even though they're a bit blurry. And then for each day, you put in a magnet as you complete your task. That's what those colored circles are, the red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple. While this presentation gives strategies for promoting positive behavior using schedules, there are many more ways to create positive behavioral changes. Check out all of our behavior strategies at educationandbehavior.com/category/behavior-strategies. Some recommended articles are 15 behavior strategies for children on the autism spectrum and 14 strategies to help children with ADHD in the classroom and at home. Thank you for watching my presentation of how to use schedules to improve children's behavior. This is Rachel Wise, CEO of educationandbehavior.com. Like and share if you enjoyed this video and subscribe to receive our updates.